Hello y'all, this is Fun and Automotive, and this video is for the new, mainly the new subscribers. Most of them have been asking me exactly how I've done the subframe drop and how exactly it runs now after I think it's been like 8 months, maybe longer. So I'm going to explain everything on how I did all of that, so you guys get a good understanding, so I don't have to keep referring you to an old video that's, months and months down. So let's get to that video. Okay, for the start, some people are wanting to know what the subframe is. This is the subframe part. Runs all the way up there. Right there, you can see it. There's the lower control arm on the driver's side, and it runs all the way up here, and it's the same in the front as well, just over there. Now, how you drop it, how I did it at least, you throw two jacks. I threw two jacks underneath the subframe, and I loosened all of the bolts about halfway, a little more, and then I lowered the subframe, unscrew these a good halfway, and then there's another bolt. You'll see right there. That's the hole for it right there. There's another bolt right in there. If you have an O2. Okay, now, after you take those bolts out on each side, if you have a 2002, I don't know if the 2003 and up has that bolt, but I know the O2 does, so you're going to want to remove that bolt. And then drop these bolts halfway, all four of them. There's four of them, two in the back. And then there's exactly two up front. You'll see they're two different sizes, though. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not going to try to say. I think these were 19 and then something else in the front, 20, 21 maybe. But you're going to want to drop them all halfway with the jacks underneath them, underneath the subframe. So put the jacks on there, jack it up until their jacks are touching. Loosen the bolts. Loosen these bolts halfway down. Once you got all the subframe bolts halfway lowered, you're going to want to drop the jacks till the subframe drops onto the lowered bolt and it's touching. Once you're done there, you should have a spot big enough to put in your 1-inch cylinder spacer. And if you don't, just lower the bolt a little bit more to that spacer can fit. And once you see that it can fit in there, keep the jacks on there. Don't touch any of that. Just remove one bolt at a time. Throw the spacer in there, put the bolt up, tighten it till it's touching back to the subframe. Do that to all four corners, two front and two in the back. Lift the jack up till the spacer's touching the body. And once it is, you're going to want to tighten these bolts all the way till they're nice and tight, all four of them. And that's it. It's plain and simple, just like that. Now, after you do that, you will more than likely have control arm issues while it's having contact with the spring. You hit a bump and the control arm right there, and start hitting on the spring, and it'll just be very annoying. You'll feel it hitting the spring every time, and it'll just be very annoying. I had to deal with that for a while till I found a solution, to get that fixed. And what I found was these Chevy upper control arm spacers. These are 1 inch, and I threw some grade 8 bolts through it. There is a video on that lower, of course, so I will put the link for these spacers. And you're just going to want to go to Home Depot and pick up some grade 8s. You don't need grade 8s. I think they were grade 5 in these before, but I wanted to just make sure because this is a spacer after all, so I wanted tougher bolts because it's obviously not original. It's not stock, so obviously not. Go with 8s to be safe. Grade 8 bolts. Obviously, that fixed it. I don't get no more clearance issues on that. It misses it every time, even when I'm off-roading. Until I'm on full droop, yes, it'll lean up against it, but that's it. But yeah, for the subframe drop, it's all good. Everything lately on it, I've been riding it, I think I said 9 months, maybe a year. I'm not sure, 10 months maybe, 11, but I'm going to have to look at that and see exactly how long. But everything has been perfect for me. I have had no issues whatsoever. Axles, no binding whatsoever. Spring, spacer, contact, none whatsoever. Control arm issues, nothing. No issues whatsoever, guys. This lift has been super reliable for me. And all the people that want to know, this is this is the video you go to, because I have never seen any other videos telling you about exactly how to do a subframe drop, because everybody contacts me, they tell me they get binding on their CV axles, so this is your solution to fix that. You either take your lift back out or you do a subframe drop. It's up to you. Subframe drop, very, very easy, as I just explained. It's self-explanatory. You'll see once you get under here. It's all been doing well. And recently, actually, I put 1/2 inch lift on the rear, another more. Alright, yeah, I put another 1/2 inch. Right now I've got just a 2-inch spacer on JK rear springs. I threw an extra isolator under here just to raise it up because it was a little low. So that's what I've done, and I'm going to be replacing my rear control arm here soon. That big, ugly triangle piece that goes down like a ball joint to the top of the axle. I don't know why they do that. Those bushings are screeching and creaking, and when I don't have the radio on, you can hear every movement this rear axle makes and body flex or whatever. So I'm going to get that replaced. Probably go with stock till I can get the actual adjustable control arm kit. Then I'll be moving the rear axle back 1 inch. Everything's been good back here as well. Not a problem. As you can see, this model came with the gas tank cover, scrape plate cover, I guess you can call it. And if you look, I've got the transfer case cover and the engine oil pan scrape plate cover thingamajig. So this model, I like it, but there's a lot of other ones that do come with that, but this is a limited edition 4-wheel drive, as you guys know. I hope you guys like this video and watch more of my future content. I'm sorry it's been a long time since I've uploaded a video, so I hope you guys like this and enjoy, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.